on the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Ken Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Regular.
Now Brady. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Wait,
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Shotgun now for Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know They want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Up the gut, Fournette. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Defensively, Poona Ford with a tackle there. The Buccaneers sit 6-3 on the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down.
He'll get that out to the flat to White.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
82 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Play action. It's Ryan.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Always got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And going right back to Walker.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw it with Ryan.
And, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
There they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the shotgun, Ryan.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
Myers' kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So that if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second down, back to Fournette.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And this is caught inside the 5. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Now Brady. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. To throw is Brady. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary. And I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A quick throw by Brady, complete. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Brady to Gage for a Tampa first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big.
Now Brady. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Brady going to throw. Yeah, he's got it. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
One receiver to the left is Evans.
Hey, go 66. 72. Ozzy.
Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 17-3. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Alert!
He'll look to throw. Force it, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Airing this one out for Evans. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
From the 38, Brady.
A pass underneath for Fournette. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Brady. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
They'll go for it. It's Brady.
Quick throw, finding Mike Evans. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
A handoff, Fournette running left. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Brady to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady.
They'll swing this out to Fournette. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
So you think it's not tough playing quarterback in the NFL? How about what we just saw there? The rush got home on third down. He had to stand in there and take the shot as he released it. Throws on target, though, and it's good enough to keep the drive moving.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Brady. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Sugar!
Brady now to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So this a two-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Tariq Woolen in on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From just shy of midfield, Brady. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense, because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point, and what's usually a direct correlation, very few explosive plays. That's been their issue, not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Fournette. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, they looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
50.
Brady will look to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Here's Ryan. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Throwing now is Brady. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Now Brady. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Throwing is Brady on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
2nd and 11 now. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
215 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
The pickup there, 5 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And Walker once more.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Akeem Hicks, he would not be denied there. He sticks him for the loss.
Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at the 33. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. Was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Brady.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the Seahawks will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
Kenneth Walker
with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because
that's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd and a yard, Brady. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Buccaneers are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And this is back to a 5-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now we'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Ryan. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, 69 yards.
And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
This taken in at the goal line. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
Check it, reload!
Brady now on first down. And this is caught by Evans. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down. A shotgun give to Fournette, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked up by Trey Brown.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Ryan. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are right back in this football game.
Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Now it's Ryan. They'll fire one downfield for Fant. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Levante David. And the Buccaneers are right back in this football game. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands. And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. That sack, it goes to Boye Mafe. He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block. The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete. Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Brady. And get that to Fournette, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Hey, 166.
Brady now on 1st down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Uchenna Nwosu. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often. To try again after the sack. Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Here's Brady. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD? That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Hey, check it.
To throw is Brady. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Brady. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 14-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times? It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen. Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go. And now a timeout taken here defensively with 2:07 remaining. So they'll also have the stop coming up at the 2-minute warning.
On third down, here's Walker.
And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. It's taken to the 26. 51 yards on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So the victory here for Seattle.